going on, everybody? Today I'm going to try and figure out the adapter situation for the new MacBook Pro and whether your laptop is going to look like this or like this. The new 13-inch MacBook Pro only has two Thunderbolt 3 ports, which are also USB-C 3.1 ports. These ports can handle a lot of different bandwidth and applications, but they basically have to because there are no other ports on the computer besides a headphone jack. Since this is a MacBook Pro, I'm going to assume for the video that most people buying it use a variety of drives and accessories. So let's go through a couple situations. First, we have a backup drive, an SD card, a memory card reader, an SSD external drive, an external drive caddy, an iPhone 7 Plus, and last but not least, a Thunderbolt RAID. I would say this is more or less the equipment that a buyer of a MacBook Pro would have. So here's the issue. Although USB-C is the future, not every device is there yet, and USB 3 hardly feels like legacy hardware. It's hard to totally move on from USB when the iPhone 7 still ships with a standard USB cable. Right now is a transition between a lot of standards, but as a Pro machine, the new MacBook needs to be able to handle it, and that's where the adapters come in. The main adapters I think most people will need is the USB-C to multi-port adapter with HDMI. This single adapter solves a lot of problems by itself. You can charge while using a standard USB device and outputting to a monitor. You may also need the Thunderbolt adapter if you have a lot of RAID drives or other Thunderbolt devices. Here's a quick cost breakdown for the common adapters. The USB-C to multi-port adapter with HDMI is $69. The USB-C to Thunderbolt 2 adapter is $49. That's $118 more on top of the price of the MacBook. There are conceivably more cables and adapters on top of that. I really think that with the cost of the new computer, they should include a couple of them with the laptop. Again, if you are buying this machine, buying these probably won't make or break your decision, but it just hurts to have to spend more money on them. If you only have a couple of USB-C drives and you buy the USB-C to Lightning cable for the iPhone, the cable situation is manageable and no adapters are required. If you need a card reader, RAID drive, HDMI out, Ethernet jack, things start to get messy fast. With this computer, you can't use two external USB drives and a RAID drive and charge the computer at the same time without running more than one multi-port adapter, which just gets crazy. If you're a real power user and use a lot of external devices, I think the only solution is going to be basically a Thunderbolt and USB hub that you can put on your desk and connect all the devices to. There are really two different things in play here, convenience and cost. There's basically no doubt that the port setup on the MacBook Pro will cost most people additional money in the form of different cables and adapters. As far as convenience, the question is whether the new design is better or worse than the previous machine. I think the answer to that question really depends on how you use the computer. If you need Ethernet, then you have needed an adapter since the last generation, so nothing really changes. If you use HDMI all the time, that will be a step back. If you are heavily invested in Thunderbolt and external displays, adapters will be mandatory. Apple has made it clear that they believe in a wireless future, and I agree with them. But I also think they have jumped the gun a bit on removing so many ports people use so frequently in the business and creative fields. They seem to have inconvenienced the very people the computer is made for. It's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it doesn't really feel like progress either. Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting out videos every week. Thanks for watching and see you next time.